So you only need a few simple supplies for making your 3D paper sculpture. First thing, a piece of paper, preferably something a little bit thicker like a cardstock, or you can always grab a cereal box, open it up, trim off the edges, and use that cardboard for your surface. You just want something that's a little bit sturdier so it can support your sculpture. The next thing you need are paper strips, and I've cut these into different widths. Take your scissors and go ahead and cut some of your own strips. You can use colored paper. You can use recycled paper, different kinds, just white copy paper, really anything you have. You want to cut a variety of strips from that. Really the only other thing we need is some glue. I have Elmer's glue here. You can also use a glue stick. The first thing I want to show you is the idea of creating a little foot on your first piece. All we're going to do is fold back the end on one of our strips so it creates this angled foot. This is going to support that piece really well. So we'll just put a little dot of glue there, and I'm going to press. I want you to hold it for about 5 seconds, so you can count down in your head. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then here we're going to make an arch. So on the opposite side, you're going to create another foot. And then create that arched shape we want. And again, count down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let me show you a couple other techniques, and I know you're going to come up with a lot of your own after this. Another one we like to do in class is sort of an accordion style or zigzag. So what I'm going to do here is sort of that same idea of a foot, folding the paper back and forth, upside down. Press it down, and there we open it up. We've got that beautiful accordion shape, and it is ready to go onto our paper. You could either attach it to another shape, or just let it loosely hang. The next technique I want to show you is grab a pencil or a marker. We're going to take one end of a paper strip and start to wrap it tightly around our pencil or our marker. As we roll it, we're just pressing down, coming to the end here, hold it tightly, and we're gonna let that go. We've got a nice spiral shape here. Now, when I did this with my second graders, you guys know who you are if you're watching, I was amazed at all the creative ideas everyone came up with. We had amusement parks and roller coasters, skateboard parks. We had soccer balls and trophies. We had igloos. Someone even made an igloo with a little 3D fire burning outside the igloo. Lots of creative ideas. So I know you're going to come up with some of your own cool ideas. These are just a few techniques to start with. You can manipulate, shape this paper however you want it. You can make it as tall, as wide, as crazy as you can imagine. Have fun with this, and if you want, share with me some of your creations. So here I am with my finished paper sculpture. Now remember earlier I said this was a 3D paper sculpture. When we talk about something that's 2D, we might be talking about a flat piece of paper. Height, and it has width, but it doesn't have any depth to it. It's two-dimensional or 2D. But as soon as we take that flat piece of paper and we add those paper strips to it, now we have 3 dimensions: height, the width, and depth. 3-dimensional or 3D. So now that it's 3D, it's a sculpture. We can look at it from all different angles, and it's going to change based on the viewpoint we're looking at it from. If I look at this from the front, it's going to look different than if I turn and look at it from the side or from below. I want you to take your paper sculpture now See if you can look at it from the front. See if you can look at it from above your eye level, at your eye level, below your eye level, from all different angles, and see how it changes. And maybe you have a favorite viewpoint, and maybe you can find a place in your house to hang this up and continue enjoying it.